All right, here we are. Sorry about being a little late. Technical stuff all over the place, but it's. I would say it's Tuesday, but it's Wednesday, Thursday, so that's not accurate at all. How are you guys doing today?
What if?
Tonight?
I am okay. Slightly tired, but okay. The future is great. It's bright.
Yeah, it's daylight out.
Yeah, as you can see, it's good. I don't have your winning lottery numbers just yet, but give me 24 hours and I will.
How about you guys, Jamie, Caitlin? What are you? How was your days? Yeah. We'll go with that.
Caitlin, I don't know which direction I need to look.
You should see your left. There you go.
I'm good. Busy, but good. Lots of work. So I'm excited for this next episode. I like getting to watch just a bunch of idiots on a spaceship.
I'm fantastic. I spent the last week and a half between my regular day stuff and filming B horror, B budget, whatever you call it, monster movie. I got to be the monster.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, I'm the monster. I can't really talk too much about it right now, but it was super fun. And I look forward to sharing it with everybody as I'm able to. So that's been me the last week and a half. That's why I was not here last week, actually.
Yeah, washing off the blood and the mud and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, yeah. I had to take the intestines of the victims out of my mouth. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as you do. By the way, Donnie.
How about yourself? Have you recovered from last night's What If?
Spoiler alert. You mean where they killed all the Avengers? Yeah, that was intense.
a little bit. Like I was talking with Jamie about it earlier today, trying not to spoil it like that, and I found it really difficult to explain the episode without just coming out and saying.
Let's be real. I didn't even spoil the biggest surprise.
Oh no, not at all.
I'm sure that's in the first minute, right?
Yeah, what I just told you is like, yeah, that's the title of the episode.
Avengers are dead.
Yeah,
like, what if they lost all of Earth's greatest heroes or something? Like, that's the title of the episode. That is.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. It was like I'm gonna have to watch it again, just to kind of absorb everything that actually happens.
That was one that because I covered the press conference, that was one of the three that I got to watch early. And I remember watching it and like the first time and being like, it's all, what? Like trying to figure out the mystery of it. And, like what, like I'd say like repeating the thing that's kind of the big clue.
Right.
And probably like 10 seconds before the reveal, I'm like, oh my God, it's this. And it turned out to be right. But man, it's intense.
I don't want to spoil it for Jamie. Or Mark if he hasn't seen it yet, or Donnie if he hasn't seen it yet. So I'm gonna hit you up after this because I was reading someone on Twitter yesterday, or earlier today, who mentioned a DC property that reminded them of. It just like all of a sudden went, oh my God, it's the same thing, sort of. But anyway, we are changing up the beginning of the show a little bit. We just to kind of play around, see what works, see what doesn't work. I have a ton of the Easter eggs from last week that I found and researched. A couple that I couldn't figure out what they were from.
Did you figure them out though?
Some of them. Most of them.
Great.
Most of them.
But not all of them you have.
There's two.
Okay.
I out of the ones that I saw and that I was able to find that weren't like, oh, this is a really odd, like, Mariner fighting with that Vulcan weapon that Spock used when he was fighting Kirk. I was like, everyone's gonna know what that is. So I don't need to explain what that thing is. But some of the ones that were off to the side or maybe like in the background, I pulled a lot of those out. Cool. So let me get that set up here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with the three of you, if I can figure out how to do that here.
I would just like to say I for sure did not spoil it because the description of that What If episode is Nick Fury struggles to launch the Avengers when candidates are targeted by a serial killer. So I'm totally safe.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
That
I'm watching.
works.
I'm watching What If with my lady.
All right.
And
so,
yeah,
sorry.
so.
You guys should see us now, right? Like what I'm looking at
Yep.
on YouTube is what you guys should be
Yes.
seeing.
Yeah, I
Great.
can see it. Except it's much more recent than what's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
of course,
Super
of course.
weird.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move us over to the other scene.
Engage.
Also, Josh, your hotel room is spot on, by the way.
Right?
Oh, did you figure out whose this face is?
Okay, yes. So this is a Betazoid gift box. It was given to let me pull it up. I've got all of this shit like listed off here. I gotta pull up the right window. So many tabs.
Oh, looks super creepy.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
super creepy.
I mean,
So-
it's kind of like Zombie, rest his soul.
Yeah, so first, if you look at the face on the right in like the actual picture from the episode where it was taken from, that's Armin Shimmerman, who played Quark in Deep Space Nine. He also he was
Armin!
also one of the Ferengi that the TNG crew met up with when they first ran into the Ferengi in Next Generation.
Really? Is it?
So this gift box what came from the episode Haven. It was given to Counselor Deanna Troi from Stephen and Victoria Miller as a wedding gift, as she had been bonded to their son Wyatt.
I remember that.
That is what that is from. Let's
Gotcha.
see.
Damn.
Next, there's a lot going on in this one.
Oh shoot! Do I need my glasses for this?
I maybe, I don't know. So I don't have an arrow pointing to it, but the disintegrator, as they refer to it, which is what Rutherford is holding right there, that is one of the weapons that Worf used in Star Trek Insurrection. When they were out fighting and they were running, he had it mounted on his shoulder and he was shooting at those little drone things that were trying to
Yeah.
take them so they could be transported out. The Salt Vampire was seen in the episode of the original series, The Man Trap. Riker's trombone could be seen all throughout Next Generation in a ton of different episodes. Those are, in fact, Marty McFly's shoes. That
We were curious about that.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out, and that is what those are. And then sitting on the transport like dolly thing is our 2 boxes of Chateau Picard.
Which there's another scene where it's very close up and you can see Chateau Picard.
Some of the stuff is seen in other scenes as well. This just had the most of them, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna grab this one.
Yeah.
You know the thing on the but the building thing next to the cannon. It looks a lot like the thing in Deep Space Nine where Julian and Bashir, that same person, Bashir and Miles play. You know, at the very end of the thing where it's like the
yeah.
I can't remember what it is. You'll always have thoughts, something or other, so we can play our little miniatures. That looks a lot like it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which part are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. So here
no, I'm
we
wrong.
get a better look at what was behind Rutherford there. It is the Mars Curiosity rover. Here's a better look at the actual rover itself, and you can see it there. So that's definitely what that is. Also, up by where Jet is the whale, where we were talking about that. No one online that I could find had any idea or not the whale, the shark. We see a closer look at it later, and it is a shark, but everyone was like, well, maybe it's a reference to the whales. We don't know. So
maybe it's just a shark.
The unicorn.
Maybe they're talking about jumping the shark.
Maybe the unicorn, which you can only see half of here. Some people were saying that it might be a Blade Runner reference. But it's been so long since I've seen Blade Runner. I'm not sure where that might fit in.
The shark could just also be Jaws too, if they're going outside of things. Because if they got Back to the Future, Blade Runner,
maybe, yeah. Okay, So this torpedo tube, or
Whoa,
whatever it is.
really?
So
Huh.
it's not necessarily this, but this was the closest thing that anyone was able to figure out. Dr. Ira Graves, who was the guy who claimed to be Data's grandfather and took over his body because he was dying.
Question: Isn't
Answer.
Data a robot? How's
Data
he a
is a robot.
grandfather?
What? He's an android.
so it's-
Android.
Those
Yeah,
are robots.
They're not. They're two different things. The robot does this. Where an
The
android
robot has
does
to
this.
dance. The robot. That's how you know it's a robot. Oh, got it.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
So how do you have
so-
a grandfather?
So Noonien Soong,
Noonien Soong.
who
Yeah.
created Data, called himself his father.
Mm.
Now this dude isn't related to Noonien Soong, but he was like, "Oh well, if you're his father, then I'm his grandfather." You know, that kind of
Because
thing.
Ira Graves basically was Noonien Soong's inspiration for what he
Yeah.
did.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see.
Donnie
Next.
Peterson said, "I thought robots and androids are different things. They are.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
just like saying they're not because it always makes people's head explode.
Okay.
I did it during WandaVision too.
People are just like,
But then, how do you say Data's name? Is it Data or Data?
yes.
Oh, Donnie came in with Soong, not Sing too.
Yeah. E.T. We
Well,
saw
yeah.
this like up in the left. At least that's what we're assuming it is, just because of the head shape and the figure pointing out.
Mhm.
Did anyone have an answer on the giant dude
Yes.
uniform?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
right like after I watched it a second time, I was like, I know what that is. It's not. It's like two. I think it's like 2 slides down. These we figured out what these were. I think when we were watching.
Well, they're
these.
giant Roomba.
Well, not those.
Yeah.
In the background are the Excalbians, who were in the episode. Which was it? The Savage Curtain of the original series. They're kind of shape-shifting aliens. They can look like rocks, or they can look like Abraham Lincoln. You know, it's just one of those 2 things.
That's it. Those are the only 2 options.
No, they
But-
can look like a lot of different stuff.
Oh,
Weren't
okay.
they having a civil war or something like that in that episode?
There was a lot going on in this episode. It's one of the ones that, like, I remember Abraham Lincoln and I remember the creature, but I don't remember the actual plot of the episode. There was also a reference to them in TNG, but we never actually saw them with anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh yeah, it was the Excalbian blah blah blah, and that was it.
It was just them trying to get the Westworld thing going in.
Right.
Fun fact: you also meet them in Star Trek Online.
That
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I guess
think
we'll
have
find
something there too. Here,
That's
Jamie-
what that was.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
You were right. It was the Sexy Time Ghost candle from.
I thought so.
No, what?
So
Yeah.
in Next Generation, Crusher's mother, I think it was her mother. Her mother passed away, and
Yeah.
she got sent all of her stuff. And in the belongings was this candle. When she lit the candle, the ghost of her grandmother's lover
Yep.
appeared and seduced her.
And she like started to lose her mind. She fell in love with this ghost back at her old estate, at the family estate.
Yeah,
Oh my
it
God.
was super weird.
Picard was
So
heartbroken.
bizarre.
Yeah.
And what's amazing about this episode though too is that this is from season 7. This was a final season episode. This isn't like it was from season 1 through 3, which were all kind of like, yeah. This was the last season. So
That
But it
always
was-
hurts.
it's
It was
sad.
definitely a filler episode. There was nothing in it that I remember being.
They had been sitting on this script for a while, I think.
Yeah.
And they went, what the hell? Might as well do it.
We need to get a Beverly Crusher episode in there somehow.
Can you imagine like spitballing in the writers' room? Okay, so what do we get? Let's get Beverly Crusher hooked on a sexy ghost and let them have some sexy time. Brilliant writing. Get it in print.
Right?
Do it.
Let's be
Right?
real. That's like every CW show, though. It's like where you're
That's-
going, what were you thinking in the writer's room that you went, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This is what that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cascott.
Catasky, it's a game that we saw numerous times throughout Voyager. I don't know how it's played. It's if you're really interested about it, you can read about it on Memory Alpha. There's a whole article on it.
Tic-tac-toe meets Connect 4 meets Othello.
Yeah, it's basically like three colors. You can move the pieces around the board, and you have to make them into a grid. It's like it's like an Othello meets Tic-tac-toe meets Connect 4 or whatever.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Throw in magnets. Magnets as well. Everyone
Yeah.
loves magnets.
Right.
It was a good episode, though. That was one of the episodes that they had 7 of 9. Really, like, we delved into what more experiences a Borg human hybrid had. It was a good episode.
Yeah. Voyager is one of the first series that I rewatched when I started rewatching Star Trek. So like that was like a few years ago now. So I don't remember everything because that's also one of those years. Like I watched it when it was on, and I was like, all right, and then I watched it again a couple of years later, and now it's somewhere in the middle of my list.
I watch it every day. Well,
it's
so
just the same. It's just the same episode with Neelix, right?
Oh,
You're kidding me.
Yeah, Neelix is horrible.
the case that almost crushed
Neelix is not
Puppet
horrible.
Kayshawn
He is.
was Khan's necklace.
That's big.
Right now, fun fact.
I did
about
that
Khan,
silently.
for Caitlin. So we were just talking about Data and the guy who created him, Noonien Soong, who is a descendant of Khan from the original series and the Wrath of Khan. They are
I did not know that.
In Enterprise, there are episodes where that deal with the eugenics stuff. It's been a while since I've seen those episodes, but Brent Spiner came back for Enterprise to play one of Noonien Soong's ancestors and one of his descendants.
No, he played Noonien Soong.
Well,
in Enterprise, he played Noonien Soong.
Oh, right, because that was before this.
That was he played Noonien Soong, and he was creating
his descendant.
Yeah, and the eugenics in that episode were talking about Khan,
right,
and all that.
Yeah.
And that was where the differentiation was, because Union was like, no, he went too far, but there was the one super guy that was like, no, we must rise up.
Let's see. I think there might be two more. This one, a lot of people hate this episode.
Yeah. 100.
Oh.
Didn't hate it. I just didn't really
Why?
care for it that much.
It looks great.
Does it?
So basically what happens in this episode is these masks get I don't remember exactly where they found them or how they came across them, but they start taking over people on the ship.
I literally was about to ask, are they mind control?
Yeah. So the personalities of these gods that these masks represented took over various people on the crew.
Well, that's crazy, because there's 2 episodes of mind control then in this episode.
Yeah.
There's two Easter eggs.
Oh, it's so cold. The fire. Where's the fire? I cannot see.
Here is the giant's body. This is Spock 2.
Oh.
Who was a giant clone of Spock from Star Trek: The Animated Series. The episode was The Infinite Vulcan.
Is he booping him on the head? Like.
He was. So he's doing a Vulcan mind meld.
With his smaller self?
With his smaller self, yeah.
With his, with number 1 self?
Yes.
Okay. So so the giant Spock is not our Spock.
No, the giant Spock is the clone.
Okay.
Who was made by other giant people.
And Amun-Ra is behind him because they're best buddies.
Right. Yeah, of course.
They're the same size.
I think we mentioned this when we were talking about the episode last week. The Terran
Hmm.
Empire symbol.
Mhm.
The flag.
Did we figure out what the fish bones are?
One of
No,
Picard's
I
fish.
couldn't find any. I couldn't find anyone who had referenced those at all or found anything about them. There's tons of stuff like underneath the Terran symbol or the Terran flag to the right of that glowing thing underneath it. It's a baseball cap. Couldn't figure out what that was from either. Like
Isn't that something?
It might have been like Cisco's from the baseball episode where they played the Vulcans, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, so if it's baseball related, anything is Cisco. Is there a baseball actually in the thing?
I think we saw one somewhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it when I was going back through.
I think that was in the same case with Marty McFly's shoes.
It might have been. We talked about this last week too. The game was a thing that Riker picked up on Risa, and again, mind controlled the entire ship.
That looks super creepy.
That's crazy, Caitlin. Your yawn was contagious through.
And one of the more well-liked episodes of TNG, The Inner Light, the Catan probe is seen here hanging up over Tendi, running away from the laser beam orb things.
Thing that turns you into a puppet, right?
Yes. Now, I'll give you 3 guesses what this probe did.
Mind control.
Wow.
Yes. It scanned Picard and gave him memories of living life on the planet that sent the probe. Like he was a
he lived a whole new life. That's how he learned to play that flute thing.
When he woke up, he was like he was like his age, and then he had kids. They got married, and then they sent off this probe. So basically the probe was teaching him who the civilization was. But inside this memory that he was having, he had a flute, I guess it was a flute.
It was some flute thing.
Yeah.
They didn't call it that, but yeah.
Or I don't remember what else those things are called that not clarinet, but because it didn't have a reed.
Piccolo?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
But so he learned how to play that, and then there were like a few episodes after that in TNG where music was a thing. And these are the ones that I couldn't figure out. So in the middle, this one was the female dress uniform for the TOS.
It looks like
that's
Uhura.
that's Uhura's.
Yeah, so we saw Uhura wearing it. We saw Jadzia Dax wearing it in the Trials and
throwback
episode of Deep Space Nine. I can't figure out. I could not find this monster on the left. I have no idea what that is. No search. No combination of three-eyed slime monster or jelly monster or jello monster could pull anything up. So I don't know what that was.
I'm trying to see what the thing on the right is too. It's got glasses and it looks like a card deck in its body or something.
So someone said that on the right that's the breathing apparatus that the Benzenites.
Oh,
but it doesn't look like that to me because it looks like it's eyewear, not a.
It looks like the thing LeVar Burton wears.
Sort of, but with like straight, like stems on it instead.
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure out what that was.
Maybe it's the blob.
Maybe.
On the left, maybe it's the blob.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that is everything that I was able to find. That was a lot of stuff. There was a lot more that I didn't even pick because, like I said, some of it was really obvious and some of it was just so random that I was like, I don't know what this thing is. Like the fish. Why is there fish bones there?
Could the slime monster be that alien thing that was in season 1 where it killed Tasha Yar?
No, that thing was called Armis, and that was the embodiment of evil that's the species that created him like shedded from themselves.
Yeah, and it was like an oily type
it was like
substance.
Like a black tar type stuff.
Good old Tasha Yar.
So I'm going
made a mistake on that one.
Assume, since it is now 12:20, that the new episode is up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh my feed here. It is there. So let's go ahead and get queued up for this.
I'm just playing the commercials before.
Are the commercials on now?
There's like at the beginning of it. I have a
like
couple.
the
Oh yeah,
trailers or
presented by
whatever for
Jeep.
other stuff.
Yeah.
This one's presented by Jeep, y'all.
It's like, you're paying for this right now, but have some adverts because we know you love those.
Oh, this is an epic Jeep commercial though. What are y'all getting?
I got Quiet Place 2.
Well, I have the commercial free plan, so I just
Oh,
right in.
Quiet Place 2 was really good.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not a horror person.
Oh,
I heard it's too quiet.
ha ha ha! I really liked Quiet Place 2. I would recommend it.
Nice.
Oh, and now an ad for Paramount Plus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
Nice.
and then the next should be like presented by CBS or something like that.
TV 14, V for Violence. There's violence in this, y'all.
Oh no,
It's
I
cartoon
cannot
violence.
watch
CBS
violence.
Studios.
It's not the watershed yet. We can't watch it in the UK.
All right, I'm queued up to where it starts with V for Violence and all that stuff. Does that not show up on y'all's?
I have
Let
that.
me-
Yeah, I got.
Let me
that.
get to that point. Oh, hang on. I'm literally wait for it. Oh wait, I'm past the CBS production. Need to 10 seconds on. Trying.
All right.
That's
all
it.
right,
10
all right.
seconds in.
So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start mine a few seconds early, just so I can get everything timed correctly over here. All right. So let's go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
TV 14, V for Violence.
Why is there no sound for me?
You don't have any sound.
Oh, there's
I'll have
no.
it.
Muted?
It just
Oh.
started on mine. Do we need to
Hang on.
start over?
No, keep going. I'm just gonna make it up in my head. Why is there no sound? Hang on.
Papusa. It's Jennifer!
Oh, and somebody with the data mask. Data visor, not mask.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy. He had ice cream and now he has the same stuff Tendy has. Oh no, there it is. It was a cupcake. Never mind.
Spicy kiwi. Well, there you go. Now you know why Fred Tatasciore.
Whoa! It's Fred Tatasciore! What? Yes!
She just stole his food. He has to be evil, right? I mean, he just got spicy kiwi ketchup.
Look at him. He's looking like, "Arr."
I don't know how I feel about spicy kiwi ketchup.
Like, it has to be evil.
Yeah.
Bonsai plant. A bonsai plant. Ah, that's a good one too.
Did you figure out your audio?
I'm trying to figure it on at the moment. Like that, I can hear you guys absolutely perfectly.
Is the actual episode like muted at the bottom right?
I'm trying. It's all working.
Hmm.
Hang on, let me just try one thing.
Should
It's
we
still
pause
playing.
real quick
No, it's good. You keep going.
while
it's
we're
fine.
at the? Okay. Sorry, that made me really excited. I've been so wondering what they were going to do with Fred's character. Because he hasn't
love
been in the
him.
last episodes, but he's in the main credits.
Yeah. And no one else said anything. Like, no one said anything about him being there.
No.
Figure this out.
So we'll always have Tom Paris. What do you think that's in a reference to?
It's a reference to the first season Next Generation episode will always have Paris and Tom Paris from Voyager.
I got it working now. I just had to change headphones.
Yay!
I don't.
That's weird. That's weird. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know what was up with it, but
Ooh, she's got fleas.
Oh well, she's all messed up like what's his name was?
What is under his shirt? Hmm.
Ooh, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. I'm gonna pause for a second.
Is he still a salamander?
Did he turn into a salamander during the show?
Yeah, he and Captain Janeway actually had kids.
As salamanders.
Yeah. But why is he still a lieutenant?
I think that's a reference to Harry Kim never getting promoted from ensign.
yeah,
Good point.
the biggest massive
sorry.
L for any Star Trek character.
Are we not going to talk about the fact that there are collectible plates for
I
the
want
crew?
one. I want one.
This has got to be a sell point. Oh wait, they're talking about. Boy.
At least the plate didn't break.
Oh, I thought it was gonna break.
I bet it breaks at the end of the episode or something.
Oh, that is interesting. I'm gonna note that for later.
What's that?
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
There's graffiti on the ship behind them.
Sequoia.
Amazing. He's such a moron.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Very good point.
Yeah, this whole thing with the doors. I wanna figure that out.
Oh.
Mm.
I think they'll tell it by the end of the episode.
What is he doing?
He's climbing through the Jeffries tubes because he can't get through the doors. So that's his only option.
So climb through the ship because that won't seem like a security risk.
Quarks.
This place kind of looks like a Coruscant type place,
It does, yeah.
or like something I would see in Cyberpunk 2077.
Quarks.
I must be a few seconds ahead. Hang on, I'm going to pause for a brief second.
Oh,
Yeah.
cat people.
They're called Caitians. I think. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. I want to see a Klingon rock band. Like, I want to see this now.
I'm getting Firefly vibes of when they opened it and it was a coffin.
That's what you say now.
It's a sarcophagus.
Oh.
What?
Instant. As soon as they open it, it's always going to be what you think it's going to be.
Not fleas.
Oh.
Bet they break it. Yeah.
Ah. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! Commercials. Crap! I've got
Oh,
commercials.
you got commercials? I'll pause.
Pause.
All right, so
Pause.
we are
You guys
pausing.
can keep going. I'll catch up.
No,
Did
you
you not get
won't.
commercials, Caitlin?
No.
Damn it!
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna play again. now we're all in like different places.
They just broke the sarcophagus, or the sarcophagus. They just broke the.
The
I
creepy
shall
sex
wait at
statue.
9 minutes.
What the heck? Why do I have so many commercials?
Because you need to buy a Jeep.
Yeah, because I chose Jeep. Now I'm watching something about quinceañeras. And they're trying to make a quinceañera +1. That's like Sweet 16s and quinceañeras. They're the same thing, but they're not.
No, they're not.
No.
That's completely Uber. What the frick are you doing?
I like
You're
that
trying
Kenny
to
is just, like,
Americanize
holding
quinceañeras.
the head.
I'm not there yet. I've got. They're doing what they love. I'm on the Home Depot now.
Where are we?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pause.
You guys
where
just
I'm
keep
at.
watching. I'll have
I'm
to
at
just pay for
9:40.
the.
All right.
How come?
I just set
Caitlin,
mine.
You pay for the ad service, right?
I don't know. It's not my account.
Oh. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so I just paused mine to just before they leave, just as the shuttle is taking off from the planet.
I'm
Okay.
right. I'm
Codes.
right at the shuttle. It's when they're zooming in on the shuttle.
I'm at 9:40.
I'm at 8:24.
Oh, you're.
I'm at 9.
I'm at 9:18.
Okay.
Oh wow, I'm way behind then.
All right,
Just
so
keep going. Just keep going. Don't even worry about it.
I'm like super fast.
All right, so I'm playing at 9:20.
I shall wait.
How did time play differently when we all hit play at the same time?
So I paused it a few times. I couldn't tell if we were waiting.
What?
Let me hit play now.
All right, now they just left the planet on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, they also talked about her survey on the Deep Space Nine or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pausing mine so that you guys can catch up. I'm on like right where the super thing comes up. The text comes up that says Starbase Earhart.
Okay, I'm like tiny bit past that.
Okay. So
Okay,
Jamie,
I'm there now.
Let us know when you get there.
I'm way
He's
behind.
fast.
They're talking about shacks right now.
Yeah. You're not that far behind where I'm at now. I'm at 10:21.
He's crying right now.
I know, that was so sad.
It's gonna be interesting to figure out what actually happened to him.
Also, apparently, it's like super bad form to ask how someone's not dead.
I mean,
Okay, all right. I'm at Starbase Earhart.
okay, I'm hitting play.
And so here.
Double.
God. Don Jot.
Is this pinball pool?
Basically.
Awesome.
Rejotted.
I want to play pinball pool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I want to play this game.
Oh
Oh no.
Oh.
Totally saw that coming though. He's still climbing.
What are they gonna do with the sex statue? I don't know.
The sex Jew?
Yes, that's what it is now.
He's still a fucking lieutenant. Sorry.
Jennifer!
Oh, Jennifer!
I like that Kayshawn is still there too.
See the one that got
Oh God!
Your plate!
He's got to pick
Your
it up and burn his
plate,
hand.
bro!
What?
Yeah.
Whoa! Hot plate.
Well, you know, it's in the future. It's probably made of pretty durable material.
Why they just don't blame it that they got attacked or.
Just like close it and say that's how you got it.
Right?
Yeah.
I want one of those.
What is he doing? My God, he's such an idiot. He
I
literally,
really want them.
he
Sorry,
could
go
literally
ahead.
just go to engineering and say, "Hey, I'm not in the system anymore. Can you fix that?" Uh-oh.
What?
A tiny Dyson sphere. Mirror, mirror, mirror.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
What's that?
That was just a hallucination that he was having.
Oh yeah.
You didn't think it was.
Is she dressed up like a Orion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Har.
Yep. Nice.
Oh!
He's like a pet.
Biceps.
Ew.
What?
What is happening? Yo, I thought it was Tendi.
Oh god.
Do you have a commercial?
Yes.
All right, I paused on the black screen. We're at 16. I'm at 16:35.
How
I'm
come no
on
one else
too.
is getting commercials?
I'm sorry, the way you said yes was so funny. You're so defeated. Yes.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay extra.
I am enjoying the Deep Space Nine references.
Mm.
I'm enjoying the fact that Tendi's a pirate.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of who Orions are.
Yeah.
That's freaking hilarious.
Like in the original series era, that is where like the whole Orion slave girl thing came from.
Mm.
When the Orion Syndicate was around, they really played on the whole subversive thing because it's all the men going out doing all this shit, and so you think the Orion Syndicate is a bunch of green dudes, but it turns out that the women were the Orion Syndicate, and they use their pheromones to dominate the men.
Oh, interesting.
You find that out much later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a big play on sexuality.
They were a big part of Discovery season 3 too.
Mm-hmm.
It was the third season was interesting. I'm looking. They just wrapped production on season 4, so hopefully that won't be too far away. But I'm not expecting it until like the end of 2022.
Okay, I think that's
back?
my last one until the credits. I'm
All
at
right.
10:34. 16:34.
Okay, so I just restarted.
16:34. All right. Hang on.
Everybody's running from the Orions.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
now
I'll
it's
just go
not
back.
even fixed. Why didn't they just leave her on the ship?
If there's anything we learned last week, is that these guys do not make good choices.
Yeah. It doesn't work any angry mobs.
I love that they're mad that they're co-workers.
Why is he wearing his miner costume again?
Merman, Pop. Merman. I wonder if he's going to figure it out.
It's really weird that your plate talked to you, my man. There we go. Oh no!
Oh.
They're gonna. Oh no!
Oh, Jesus! That poor sex doll
The sex
mannequin
Jew.
thing. The sex Jew.
This is the second week we've had.
Can't
a
even
sex
remember the
thing,
words
too.
I come up with. Cliffhanger. Or no, wait. I can't pull you both up. Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Or the good son.
Or the good son.
Something gonna explode? Yep.
So do you think they're gonna put it in a box and just say this is how we got it?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get it. I think they're gonna get a new one.
How would you get a new one? Oh, baby bear.
Baby bear.
Ew. He's a clone.
Okay.
What
Is this
happening?
a Bajoran thing?
What?
It's got to be a Bajoran thing.
Did his suit melt?
He ripped it up.
Huh.
He turned it into a scarf and a headband. Oh my god.
Oh. A Kazon. A Kazon. Oh.
Why were you mad then?
What?
Friendship! I love Mariner so much.
Dink.
That was weird.
Dink.
That was amazing. That was weird. She won the box.
She just won the box.
What?
Is the box her new sex place? She's a cat! She's a fucking cat! Oh my god, she's a cat! Amazing! Yup, that's totally accurate. I got cats. That's 100% the shit they do. Here's your new toy I spent all your money on. Nah, I'm good. I just want the box, bro.
That's such a weird. Well, not. It's a weird thing to add in.
Yes, we got Klingon acid punk. That's it.
Where's the rest of the song?
I don't know. It might have gone to my commercial break.
When are you buying the Jeep?
You got commercial break at the end?
Yep.
That's crazy. There's nothing left but credits.
Let's see how long this one is.
Amazing.
3 minutes long.
Right? we got you know what? I should keep my commercial breaks because there are going to be some people that watch this that have commercial breaks.
But now we know for the future when it goes to that black screen indicating that's commercial, we will pause.
We'll pause. Yeah.
And
Right.
we can while you're watching commercials, we can talk about what happened in the first act.
That stinks though. The first episode had no commercial breaks for me.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. But
How
they
they
also
lure
put the
you
first
in.
episode up on YouTube for free, so you know.
So they bring you in, like, oh, no adverts. Oh, great, this is amazing. And then, boom, 20 in the space of 5 minutes.
It's the worst. Like, even worse than that for me, though, is like, do you guys play mobile games on your phone?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
There's a couple of games that I have where it's like every other, like I just delete them right after I install it, but like every other like round you play of the game, there's an ad. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
great, I beat this level. Well, now there's an ad. Cool, I beat
Yeah.
level 2. Now there's an ad. I beat level 3. Now there's an ad. There's another ad. There's another ad. I'm like,
I keep wanting to play the ones they've got like the things that you pull and then the waterfalls
yeah,
and there's
Oh,
the
yeah.
dude.
none
You know,
of them,
I keep wanting to play those.
none of
but
them
they-
none of them are that.
No, none of them are that.
Like, I don't understand that either. None of the advertisements for those games are what the games actually are.
Those games exist in the game, but they're like a minute fraction of the mini games that exist.
Yeah,
It's
so,
really freaking annoying.
That's
so
weird.
stupid.
All right.
So is our discussion about it. So let's move on and talk about this episode that we just finished. What did you
The
guys think?
cat. watching the
Donnie had to
box.
head out.
Bye,
Oh,
Donnie.
man. All right. Sorry,
Bye, Donnie.
Have a good
The
night.
cat won about the box. That's my favorite thing ever. That's amazing. Like, she was losing her shit because she didn't have a box to play in. Like, amazing. Also, I just love that, like, the ship ramming towards the ship and it, like, literally bounces off the force field and her mom just going, that was weird. There's a bee in the
space.
ship. You're getting
A
sent
bee,
to
a
the-
bee.
You're getting sent to the brig. Send the bee to the brig.
I think one of the things I really enjoy about this series is outside of all of this just like completely random stuff that's happening, at least in this episode, we got some really solid character development out of both Tendi and Mariner. Boimler,
Yeah.
not so much.
Tendi has a first name.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
that was a cool first name too.
Devana?
Devana,
Yeah.
right?
That's what it said.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I absolutely love that Mariner's like, I thought Tendi was your first name. And I'm like, yo, me too.
Me too.
Same here.
But that makes sense because I mean, most people go by their last name. You know, it's not William, it's Riker.
What's
D-
Rutherford's
d-
first name? Do we know?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
We do know. I like if you hadn't have said anything, I would have remembered it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Clearly.
Don't do not blame her, Josh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that was very cool. You got a lot of like random Star Trek stuff, like Klingon acid metal.
Yes. So all throughout
That's actually a callback, isn't it?
that specifically isn't, but all throughout the rest of Star Trek, we hear about Klingon opera.
Opera. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Like Worf listens to Klingon operas. There was someone else, like one of the humans, liked listening to Klingon opera too. But like that's all we've ever heard of Klingon music was just Klingon opera. So now hearing like that, there's like Klingon acid punk and Klingon death metal.
Yeah.
That's just I would buy an album of Klingon rock.
I also love the collectible plate idea. That's such a thing
That's
from the 80s and early 90s
Yep.
where you just got the collectible plate of whatever thing you wanted to do. I think there might have actually been collectible plate Star Trek stuff. Let me
There's a bunch of collectible.
Yeah.
Toink, who sends us stuff every once in a while. I actually got this Captain Picard tiki mug from Toink. They have a next generation set of plates that have like the Elcars design on them. And
yeah,
then
they've actually got stuff from the from TOS and whatnot too.
There's a lot of different ones out there.
Do they have stuff from Boy?
There is actually collectible plates of Voyager.
Uh-huh. I did like Voy. That was fun. It's so much easier to say.
The funny thing about that to me too is I don't think this was a reference to this argument that people have, but when Discovery came out, a group of people that hate modern Star Trek stuff because they feel that it's too woke, they refer to it as STD because it's Star Trek Discovery.
Ew.
Right. So, but the problem is that Star Trek, the original series, is referred to as TOS.
Right.
Star Trek: The Next Generation is referred to as TNG. Deep Space Nine is DS9. Voyager is VOY. Enterprise is ENT. So Discovery would be like DIS or some other combination of that.
Hold up.
Is that a real
Is
Tom
that
Paris plate?
a legitimate
Yeah.
Tom Paris plate?
I've just found it on a website. Yeah.
That's amazing. That
That's
looks like
fantastic.
Is
Can
that,
you throw that? Can you throw that in the YouTube chat? I just put one up from the original series that's on eBay.
that's
in the-
identical from what we just watched, though. That's amazing.
Oh, I think they're selling them.
That's amazing.
It's a Star Trek.
I knew they would be.
It's a Star
Yep.
Trek Unlimited exclusive. Kitchen and dining products. Yeah, so they have a bunch. They have a bunch of those things. Oh, they have like a little storage ottomans that say cargo bay on them. Those I might buy because I need I need like the storage thing for my room, and I want something that I can put my feet up on. Let me see. Kitchen and dining. Tom Paris commemorative plate. It's $30.
Jeez.
But I'm not gonna eat off
Damn.
of it, so
No, of course not.
You put it on display.
yeah.
I also like that Mariner is. It seemed like
Oh.
pansexual.
Oh my god. You can get
I don't know.
Starcraft Just Man slippers. You can get shuttle slippers.
What?
Sorry.
There's so much stuff. TNG kitchen containers.
Welcome to the Star Trek Let's Look at Stuff Online show.
This is
Yep.
This is great. There's so much stuff here. I didn't want to spend more money on stuff, but now I think I'm going to.
Okay, and I just checked it out. I wasn't sure. I was hopeful, but that is Robert Duncan McNeill's voice
Oh, yeah.
in the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
That is for sure him.
He's primarily moved on to directing things.
Yeah.
Reliving his time in the classic '80s film Masters of the Universe, starring himself
Oh,
and
okay.
Courtney Cox and Dolph Lundgren. And
Well,
Frank Langella.
He's actually, there's something recent right now. He is the executive producer for the new Turner and Hooch TV series.
He's pretty active. Like he's kind of like Jonathan Frakes. Like he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes now.
And that makes sense that he's involved with Masters of the Universe because he was Kevin Corrigan in the movie version.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
That movie was so bad. But
it's
also
so good though. It's so good. You kidding me?
That's like your niche. Bad, but
it
good.
really is.
You kidding me?
Is.
Frank Langella in that film?
Skeletor. You can't beat that.
He was fantastic. Frank Langella in that was kind of the like him and Jack Nicholson in the first Tim Burton Batman. They just were like, this movie's going to be awful, so I'm just gonna play and have fun. And then they end up fucking killing it. Sorry for the language, but they kill it.
You know, we're a cable show. It's okay. But there was a lot going on in this episode. So we'll definitely have a fuller breakdown ahead of next week.
There's a sex statue.
Yeah, so
they passed down.
That's actually
through the family. What?
So that's what I was going to bring up because we were talking about mind control with all the Easter eggs from last week's episode, and there's just mind control, sex candle, sex helmet, and now there's a sex statue.
Yeah.
True.
What I can't get past is not only is there a sex statue, you pass it down. So it's like, here, child, here is a sex statue that I and your grandparents and their parents and their parents have all used. Have fun. What?
Did they pass the statue down or did they pass the box down?
Both?
Probably both.
but it's the candle. Like the candle started with Crusher's grandmother, and then it got
Yeah.
passed down to her mother, who also had a relationship with that ghost, and then
Ew,
passed
what?
on to
Yeah.
Beverly Crusher, who
Yeah.
also had a relationship with that ghost.
With the ghost.
That
Yeah.
was a final season episode. I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was earlier on in the final season, but yeah.
It was in the first
Can
third.
you imagine being that actress and being like, this is my big episode for the last season, and you read it and you just go,
Like,
why?
what?
Why?
And what's disappointing is for those of us in the LA theater scene, she actually is a founding member of a fairly influential theater company that's up in or was up in like Glendale, not Los Feliz, but up in that general area.
Yeah, well, that's what she was known for before getting onto Next Generation. She
Yeah.
was a theater actress.
Yeah.
I can't remember what her stage name was, but she like Catherine or something like that. I don't remember, but when she moved on to start doing TV with Next Generation, she started going by Gates instead of whatever the other name was.
Yeah, Gates McFadden.
But that was also a common thing on Star Trek was her her teaching Data how to dance, or teaching people, or she ran the theater company on the Enterprise. So that they worked her real life stuff into the backstory of the character, which is always kind of fun when they do that kind of stuff.
Cheryl McFadden.
Cheryl, that's right. I knew it started with a C. And Rutherford's first name is Sam.
Oh, okay. Rutherford's cooler.
That's why that's why he goes by it.
Yeah. By the way, any idea what they were talking about as they slowly
the
faded out?
Mountain?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look that up to get more details on it. But I have a feeling it's a Bajoran thing.
Ensemble Studio Theater, Los Angeles, from 2009 to 2014. That's she was the artistic director of that theater. Up in Atwater.
Yeah, just looking up Black Mountain Death and Bajoran doesn't pull anything up. So I will definitely have to research like the Bajoran religion a little bit to see what their afterlife.
You fight 3 faceless apparitions of your father, and the one that survives makes you eat your heart, and that's about all we got. And I was like, it's not great to start.
Well, and what I find interesting about that too is in Deep Space Nine. So the whole thing with Star Trek Deep Space Nine is the planet Bajor was being occupied by the Cardassians, and finally the Bajorans rebelled and kicked the Cardassians off, and the Federation came in to kind of help them manage stuff. And
kind of the opposite of what's happening in Afghanistan.
Yeah, more or less. So the space station that was outside of Bajor that the Cardassians had controlled got turned over to the Bajorans, and so the Federation sent Cisco in to kind of be the commander of the space station. They discovered a wormhole, like a stable wormhole outside, like just outside of Bajor, which the Bajorans believed to be where their prophets lived. So it became like a religious symbol to them.
Prophets also like godlike entities.
Yeah, they like the humans and non-Bajorans called them the wormhole aliens. The Bajorans called them the prophets. But Cisco had like an interaction with them and became their emissary to the Bajoran people. So there were a lot of religious themes that went on throughout Deep Space Nine. So I find it interesting that with this, that he didn't reference anything about the prophets or Cisco or the wormhole aliens or whatever, that it was just like this Black Mountain and 3-faced whatever stuff.
I'm curious if it was because it was meant to be more generalized of this is how they all come back. You know?
Yeah. Because that's the thing. We don't know how they actually came back.
Yeah.
Or how he actually came back. Yeah, like because they just went into that thing and then his eyes glazed over and
yeah, and then he broke Rutherford. Yeah.
So I don't know.
What other commanders have come back though? I mean, Spock.
Spock came back. I think that's really about it.
Because like they make the whole joke of like that, you know, it happens all the time and blah blah blah. But like, I mean, does it? Don't get me wrong, but I don't remember a lot of Trek characters that die coming back. It's a good sci-fi trope.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That is something else that we'll have to research for next week. We will look into Star Trek characters that have died and been resurrected.
What other famous ships do you think Mariner has served on? Because she said there's like 4 or 5, and so she had Deep Space Nine. She served under Riker on the Titan.
She could have been on the Defiant under Worf, maybe, depending on how long he stayed on Deep Space Nine after DS9 ended. Actually, no, he didn't stay on DS9 after it ended. He went to Kronos to serve on the Klingon High Council.
Yeah. But she knows Klingons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could have served on a Klingon vessel too.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because she only served on famous ships. Like.
Yeah.
Somewhere later, it's just Voyager. Yeah, you were on it. Yeah, I was on Voyager.
I was on the Boy.
Maybe that's how she got to Deep Space Nine. Is she traveled on Voyager to Deep Space Nine before Voyager took off, but then she was late getting back to her shift because she was playing Dabo at Quarks. So Voyager took off without her, and she got stuck there.
Which that was a nice Easter egg. I liked seeing Quarks and big lights.
Yeah,
that was cool to know that he got off of DS9.
Well, because
remember, added to.
He almost married that Klingon woman.
Yes, that's true. And they actually have a very good friendship.
Yeah.
At least as of the last we saw in DS9 between the two of them.
Yeah, so maybe he actually settled down with her.
Yeah, she actually got 2 episodes with him.
Yeah.
Because they liked her so much, they brought her back and made another episode about all that.
I kind of hope they bring in Rom at some point too, since he's now
that'd be great.
Since he's the Grand Nagus now, like
yeah, that's true. He is
in this timeline, like seeing him kind of running the Ferengi stuff and the Ferengi trying to get used to regular like
being nice.
Not being the Republican version of capitalism, but being like the good people
socialistic version.
Yeah. I don't know, Jamie or
what's that?
What? Did anything else?
Just think about what happened to
stick out.
What happened to Quark?
Yeah, there's like 15 things like saying like what happens to him. So they brought up the bar.
He decided to stay at the bar, didn't he?
Because he thought he was gonna be Nagus. But then that went to Rom. Because he was gonna give Rom the bar, I think.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you don't know, Caitlin, Wallace Shawn played the Grand Nagus throughout all those in DS9. He was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, it really fit the character.
I love Mariner. I think she's my favorite.
So,
she just every time is insane. And we got Jennifer like 4 times.
Right? Looking at the chat, until Donnie put her initials in there, I didn't realize that her initials were BM. And now I just want to know if that was on purpose.
Oh, for sure it was. Come on.
I hope. I mean, that's kind of nasty, but I kind of hope so.
I mean, that's the show.
She's amazing. She's like the worst yet awesome. It's
okay. So Sam Rutherford would be senior SR. Devon Attendee would be DR Doctor. What's Boimler's first name?
That's
Devon Attendee. Oh, Devon Attendee. That's right. DT.
Brad Boimler says BB.
BB.
Because his name is Bradford.
Right? What kind of name is that?
Not Bradley, Bradford Boimler.
Bradford's a good name. I know a Bradford.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I went to school with a Bradford.
I absolutely love that he tore apart his uniform, made a scarf and headband out of it. Like that was
and then Tom Paris calls him out like the mortal enemy of Voyager.
So, you guys like have are all of you caught up on The Boys, or have you seen The Boys?
I've
you
seen
can
The
spoil
Boys?
it.
first few
I'm
episodes.
never gonna watch it.
There's only 2 seasons of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really spoiling anything, but I feel like Jack Quaid's character in The Boys is more or less Brad Boimler.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're exactly the same guy.
He's playing the same character, except
Completely
Boimler.
different situation.
Well, also, like, doesn't his character on The Boys at least get somewhat more competent?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Competent, yes.
Boimler's never gonna get more competent because he can't. That ruins the character.
Well, I feel like Boimler's already smart, whereas his character in The Boys, he's not really smart.
No, Boimler's
Like-
smart. It just doesn't work out for him.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the first episode is a perfect example of it. He knows how everything should go. He also gets like I don't know how to say this without sounding gross. And he has the thing happen with the weird spider creature.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, he doesn't have the chutzpah to back it up.
Yeah.
But his character in The Boys, I feel like he's not as intelligent as Boimler is, but he's
More confident.
he does have the ability to back it up.
Well,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, he's
I-
not he's not Kurt what's his name?
Butcher.
Butcher. What is that actor's
Bones?
name? Carl Urban.
Urban.
He doesn't have Carl Urban's physique to back it up,
Right.
but he's got the machismo.
Yeah.
Whereas
he has-
Boimler
he has
doesn't
the
have the
girlfriend.
machismo.
He has the girlfriend for the muscle in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, literally for the muscle
Yeah.
on that one.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
But no, yeah, I think his character in The Boys has a lot more self-esteem than
Yes.
Boimler does.
Yes, he
Um,
does.
Like he I don't think he necessarily did when The Boys started, but he definitely does now.
He grew it as it went,
Yeah.
and his motivation in The Boys is much different. But I also I'm not trying to argue your point. I just even in listening to the voice of Boimler versus his voice in The Boys, it sounds different to me.
Yeah, well, I think
Mhm.
I think for me what it is like Boimler in the first episode was I can't remember his name from The Boys, but was his character from The Boys in the first episode of The Boys. But then because they both went on completely different paths, their personalities, while
Okay.
similar, but they're as a
Yeah.
person they've gone in completely different directions.
I could see it being a what if episode of that character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like they've developed completely differently, but there's aspects of them that are very similar. Like
Right, okay.
I would say in their doofiness.
Yeah.
For lack
Yeah,
of a better word.
Yeah, they do both have that in common, and that's because it's the same actor. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I love
Um,
that Mariner called him a pet. Like
Do you-
that was
do you thi-
great.
Do you think she feels that way though?
Honestly, sorta. She's
Yeah.
such a doofus, and she just kind of does whatever she wants. Like
But-
I almost think that, like I think she sees him as like that little brother where it can be like she'll say something like that, and she might not even necessarily think she's wrong, but I think I don't think that she sees him in the way that Tendi assumed she did, because Tendi clearly has a crush on Rutherford.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yes.
Whereas, like, I loved when she's like, well, don't you like Boimler? And she's like, ew, no. Like, that totally made sense to me. I could never see Mariner actually wanting to be with Boimler.
Really? You don't see like an opposites attract thing going on?
I think they would
I
murder
think-
each other.
Not necessarily this season, but I think sometime before the show ends, there's going to be an episode where they attempt to date. Like
Yeah.
it's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a thing where she's like, "Huh, maybe I should date you. Let's go on a date. Let's just see what happens. It's gonna be a thing. We're gonna date. It's gonna be great."
It's going to be something her mom says.
Yeah.
See, I think they're actually going to work out. I think she's going to have a failed attempted date with
Jet?
Jerry O'Connell's character.
Ransom?
No, I totally want her and Ransom to get together because that's terrifying.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the bad thing that happens. And it may run for a few episodes, but I think that's going to be the one that doesn't work out. I think her and him, I think they're going to happen.
Well, I mean, we now
I reckon
know
that is.
that she has a thing for guys who are like Ransom. Like we saw that.
Yes.
We actually kind of saw that last season in the episode where they
Stabbed her in the foot.
Yeah.
where they had a fight.
That was amazing. And I loved her reaction to that episode too, where she's like, "Oh no." And he had the same thing at the end too. They were both like, "Oh no, they're hot. I hate it." Like that's amazing to me because that's like I love that reaction. It's just so good. But no, I feel like I like when you actually have platonic friendships between men and women and it doesn't turn into something because you don't see that nearly
True.
enough. So I would love that to be just what they do with Boimler and Mariner, in part because the fact that they do butt heads so much in very obvious ways that also challenge each other and make each other better, I think is a really good foundation for a friendship that we don't see nearly enough. And I also just love, like, literally, she's like, he's like a pet. I'm like, it's a little much, but all right.
For me, I feel in the exact same way, and for me, it's a step further in that I think it's also great that we see. Excuse me, I don't have enough water here. We see the strong friendship, and that a strong friendship can be a foundation for a strong relationship, as opposed to pure animal magnetism having to be the basis of a relationship.
Yeah, no, I like both. I like both. I think Rutherford and Tendi is what I'd rather see with that.
Oh, for dang sure. Dang sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because with them, it kind of works. Like I think one of the things that I kind of hate about the CW shows, like most of the CW shows, like definitely with the Flash and where that's gone, some of the others, is that they overdo the will they won't they thing, and they do it so much with the main characters and then the side characters, and it's just the entire show just turns into will they won't they instead of what the show is actually supposed to be about. Like I don't mind relationship drama in general. I just hate like the Smallville. They dragged out the Lana and Clark thing for like 5 seasons. It's like we didn't need 5 seasons of that. Like they
did that on Arrow too.
Yeah, it's just too much. Either get them together and get past it, or have them be like, okay, no, we don't work together. Let's go our separate ways and we can be friends. You know, it's. Sorry, I was just gonna say on the I watched the Friends reunion. Like I never really watched Friends on a regular basis, but I watched the reunion because it's like, oh, this thing from the '90s, it'll be fun to watch. And they kind of.
I'm so sorry you had James Corden.
Yeah, but one of the things that they were talking about was the whole Ross and Rachel thing. But you could tell from the beginning that was kind of a planned thing that they were going to end up together. So the will they won't they for them worked.
You mean like Danny and Jon Snow?
It's also a sitcom, and like on a sitcom, the will they won't they can work a little better because it's less dramatic and more stupid. Yeah. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a good example. They did that with Jake and Amy, but it worked because the reason that they didn't was it was very much that no, I don't like him. He's annoying. It's like kind of that high school idiocy that you see that people still have. And that works a little better than in a drama where it's like, no, we can't be together because, I don't know, I'm broody and danger or whatever, where you're just like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's not like they're involved in your life or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like with I mean, going back to like the Ross and Rachel thing, like I think if I remember correctly, the only time that they had really actually broken up was that we were on a break. Like that there was that thing. But that they were broken up and then they got back together, and then until the end of the series, it was its own thing. So it didn't feel like it was being forced. It felt like a natural evolution over the course of the series. Where with things like Smallville or The Flash, we know these people are going to end up together, or we know these people aren't going to end up together, and it just making it drag out just.
Yeah, especially with like something like a comic book adaptation where you're pretty sure you know where you're going with it. I think Arrow is actually an interesting example because everyone expected like Black Canary and Green Arrow to get together as they do in all the comics.
Right.
Yeah.
But because they basically the first season were like ruin that option by having her be with his best friend and then the best friend dying, and you're like, that
Yeah.
seems like a not great plan.
Yeah.
Let's not do that, guys.
Yeah, like, so I think that's actually a good example of kind of veering off. And literally by season 2, we knew who was actually going to end up together. So I still agree with Josh's point of like, if you're gonna drag it out, you need reasons that make sense. Like one of my favorite examples of it was Parks and Rec. The two characters couldn't be together because she was running for office and it would be like tank her chances of winning.
Yeah.
That's a real world version of why that wouldn't make sense. And I enjoyed that versus something where it's like, no, like, you know, like all the superhero shows, you know?
Yeah, it's like, no, I can't.
Or, I think I like the villain.
Well, that would actually be a Mariner thing.
Yeah,
Mariner would be
but that would work because it would be over in an episode.
That would be amazing. I would love it if there was an arc of Mariner just secretly dating like their arch nemesis.
What are the Pac-Leds?
I wonder if what's his name from last week's episode might come back, and if that might be a romantic interest for Mariner.
The collector?
Jet?
Jet.
Oh, Jet. Yeah, I could see him coming back.
Boimler would die because Jet was the one who was the ex of that chick that he was sort of dating, but actually because of the parasite.
Yeah.
I one of my favorite bits about that. Sorry, is just that Mariner and the girl had more chemistry than Boimler and the girl.
So Boimler dated her. Rutherford has been
her.
that right. Rutherford has been on a few dates.
Mm-hmm.
Tendi gone out with anybody? Tendi went out with somebody, right? No.
Well, her and didn't her and Rutherford go out on like one date?
No, she tried to atomize his brain.
Yeah,
that's right.
They went on a friendship. But here's the thing: what happens if Mariner does get with Boimler, but the other one?
Oh, well,
Boimler, that's right. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the other one, do we think that's who's on the ship right now?
I don't know. He doesn't seem cool enough to be cool.
No.
But he's not. He wasn't accessing the any of the computer. The computer might not know the clone.
Well, no, because he transferred off the ship.
Clone.
I don't know. It shouldn't be that hard if you transfer off and even said like they got my credentials back, which means to me they pressed a button and brought Boimler.
But
based on DNA though, wouldn't the clone still read? It's not fingerprints.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I don't know. I mean, the clones act differently.
But you're forgetting one very extremely important piece of information. Everyone on that ship is incompetent.
Yeah, that's true. Or it's Jet messing with him.
That would be even better. Or Mariner messing with him.
But the thing is, like with the clone thing, the computer would be able to pick it up because you remember in Deep Space Nine when you had Thomas Riker come in and steal the Defiant, the computer read him as Tom Riker.
As Thomas Riker. Okay.
You know what though? This could totally be a Mariner thing because like last week she said this isn't over. I'm gonna get you.
I think it'd be great if it was Mariner as a joke. I also think it'd be great if it was Jet getting revenge for the fact that Boimler came back just as he made friends.
I don't know. Do you guys think that we're going to see a resolution to that, or is it just going to be a one-off from this episode? Nothing worked, and next week it's just going to be back to normal again.
See, I think it's going to be his clone, and we're going to be in one of those instances where the writers were so clever, but they forgot to double check reference material. Because that's happened a few times in Star Trek, where they think they're so clever and they come up with this nice thing, but then it was done 3 seasons, or in the last Simpsons did it. Star Trek did it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's where it's going.
I don't know that I'd buy that.
My only argument to that is they kept cool Boimler. This was not a cool Boimler. This Boimler lost his shit real quick. Like,
but what if lost his shit Boimler, like in that one episode in last week's was it last week's episode? Yeah. What if he actually like learned something about himself and became cool Boimler,
I mean,
whereas the clone would have transferred before the incident that made cool Boimler. So the clone is still Beatnik Boimler, or like not cool Boimler.
For really, we don't know which Boimler is which.
That's what I'm saying.
Like either one of them could have been the transporter accident.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is the transporter accident, because if he was the transporter accident,
they're both a transporter accident.
But the other transporter accident happened afterwards. He had other memories from that experience. So in that 5 to 10 minutes or whatever.
No. So
are you saying they're both clones and original Boimler is dead?
Oh.
Okay.
So
that's not what I was saying, but oh god, that's
is that what
terrifying.
Josh is saying?
Well, I mean, yes, because a transporter destroys you on the end that you're being transported from, and then puts you back together on the opposite side. So every time you transport somewhere, you're being cloned.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when the transporter accident happened, when they started transporting him up, one of him got pulled in, and the other one got sent back. The beam split, so they're both the same, but we don't know which one. Neither of them is actually the original Boimler, because they're both the same pattern. So there's no clone. It's just a double.
So there is no original Boimler?
There is no original Boimler.
Star Trek's weird.
Or they're both the original Boimler, depending on how you want to look at it. It's like the look. Imagine like the speed remnants from the Flash, or the time remnants, or whatever.
No.
It's the same thing.
No, thank you.
See, I'm just confused, because the second Boimler that got beamed back aboard had extra memories from the incident.
Yeah.
No, he didn't have extra memories. He went through.
He did.
No, he
rewatched the episode.
No, he did something different. So one Boimler got beamed back up. One part of the beam went up to the ship. The other part went back down and got onto the shuttle and took off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had different memories. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, he doesn't have different memories. It would be like if I leave my door.
You just said different memories. One got beamed straight up. The other got beamed to a different location.
Okay,
different memories.
Wait. Let's say when I leave my room here, when I walk out of my room, there's some kind of a force field at my door. I walk through it, and a duplicate of myself gets bounced back into my room, while another one of me keeps going and walks out to the kitchen.
Right.
The one of me that's in my room is going to be doing different things than the one of me that goes to the kitchen.
Thus different memories.
But not more memories.
Just different. Different memories. You had a different experience. So that at that point, you two become different people.
And
that's what I'm saying, is that so at that moment of this split, we had regular Boimler, we'll just say regular Boimler got beamed straight up. And then you have that Boimler who got exploded or whatever and beamed up. Right? So we've got those two experiences. So what I'm saying is, the one that got hit by the explosion he's now cool Boimler.
Right.
And the one who got beamed straight up is regular Boimler.
Right.
But what I'm also saying is that pattern-wise, the one that got blown away is DNA-wise Boimler 1. Whereas the one who got beamed straight up is Boimler 2.
Well, wouldn't they be the same DNA-wise if they get atomized and recreated every time? So everyone's technically a clone all the time. So the door can't not recognize you if you've transported.
But then Thomas and William were recognized, were they not?
Yeah, because in the episode of Deep Space Nine, he puts his hand on, gives Riker's thing, and then he gets in. So they turn around, because in the episode they go, oh, well, because we've had so many people like kind of trying to get in and stuff, we've got like a DNA thing. So they're the exact same people. So Boylan's the exact same person, same DNA, just as different experiences and different memories now. So while he was beamed up, he has the memories of that. While the other one says, "I've got to get in the shuttle to get away from these people," but they will be the identical person. So even if he transferred from one place to the other, even if it was Cool Boiler, he would be like recognized to walk in because it's indistinguishable. There is no way to like say you are a clone or you are a transporter accident. You are this person. That's how it all kind of recognizes.
Gotcha.
Unless the transporter glitched and when it beamed him someplace else, like caused like some sort of deformity, you know. But that would be the only way to know.
Gotcha.
So really, it's just that Boimler's Boimler, so the ship didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A real sci-fi conversation.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
Well, we won't even get started on time travel then.
Oh no.
All right,
Barry Allen.
For next homework that we need to do for next week, or that I need to do, or we all need to do, whatever.
Go through again and look for more.
Bajoran death, and what the Bajorans believe about the afterlife, and figure out where that Black Mountain type thing came from. What was there anything else, or was it just that? Klingon acid punk.
Can you see if the cat scratching sex post is a thing?
Yes, I will look that up too.
Awesome.
Your search history will be very weird if someone did it.
I think that's how it's spelled.
You know the NSA is gonna be like, what is he doing?
Yeah. Why is he looking at this up? This is really weird.
That's fine. All kinds of other stuff that I look up that's super. Like I go down like some of the weirdest Wikipedia holes because like I'll look one thing up and then I'm like, what's this? And click on that and like I'm looking up an background information on something from an episode of Star Trek, and now all of a sudden I'm like, 16 web pages deep in the JFK assassination conspiracy theories for some reason. It's just how it happens.
Amazing.
So yeah, I guess that is probably it for this episode. I think we kind of talked through as much as we can without doing some serious research into other bits and pieces that we need to look up. Unless outside of anything else that we brought up, was there anything that stuck out to you guys that you're going to be keeping an eye out for?
Jennifer. I will forever be looking for Jennifer in every episode now.
I feel like we need to get you like a Jennifer figurine.
I think I mentioned it at the very beginning, but we saw somebody with a visor like Geordie's at very. Saw that. The Boimler hitting the replicator and he got a bonsai tree.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a reference? Didn't somebody like trim bonsai trees?
O'Brien, I believe, was trying to figure out how to do bonsai, or what was it? O'Brien? I think it was O'Brien.
I see.
That's another Star Trek search. Star Trek bonsai.
Looks like it's in.
Wesley Crusher had one.
Yeah, Crusher's got one. Keiko's got one.
Keiko had.
Keiko.
Keiko had some. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Keiko O'Brien. Her Keiko's bonsai trees were killed by Miles. Because he is shit at dealing with plants.
He doesn't have a green thumb, and she was away for so long, right?
So that's where that came from. What was the ketchup? Kiwi ketchup?
Spicy kiwi ketchup.
Spicy kiwi ketchup.
Horrifying.
I'm actually intrigued.
No.
Well, are we thinking kiwi as in kiwi fruit?
Yeah, it was green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
not kiwi as in Australian.
Okay.
I see
Kiwi's not that. Kiwi is New Zealander, isn't it?
Or New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah.
Same region.
Is that a offensive term for New Zealanders?
No, they call themselves Kiwis.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, because that always means that someone else can use the term when a community calls themselves by it, right?
Yeah, that exactly means.
I mean,
that.
little bit different. Little tiny.
I mean, I call myself a cracker all the time.
Well, that's fine. I see recipes for spicy kiwi and red pepper ketchup.
Oh.
And on all recipes, there's a recipe for kiwi hot dog sauce. So I guess that's a thing.
Oh, Caitlin, you found your dinner.
Nope.
Fermented kiwi jalapeno hot sauce.
They're like, pineapple on pizza. Here's something worse.
Pineapple on pizza is fine.
I love pineapple on pizza.
You're all incorrect.
Pineapple, ham, and jalapenos.
That's
actually a really dope combo.
Like I won't put pineapple
Chicago. That's horrifying.
I won't put pineapple on a pizza with anything else. Just ham and jalapenos. Sometimes bacon is fine.
Actually, I do pineapple and pepperoni sometimes.
No, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Pepperoni. It's ham but spiced.
No. It's pepperoni.
Horrifying.
Mark, what about your intake from over in the British Isles?
Well, as in for what I have bacon and onion. The best combination.
I'm down with that.
I mean, that's
that sounds good.
The pizza that I made the other night was not bacon, but it was pepperoni, onion, and ghost pepper sausage.
That was tasty. I tried a little bit of the ghost pepper sausage. I would do the bacon, the onion, and some barbecue sauce.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Barbecue chicken pizza is fine.
That is good too.
And
pineapples.
No.
The best thing you have like on a panini, I know it's not a pizza, but bacon, cheese, barbecue sauce, and chicken. Yeah. That's it. That's the other word I was looking for.
You know what we should do?
Chicken. Pollo.
we should find like Star Trek recipes. And just
we've already talked about that, Josh. We need to cook. We need to cook stuff. We need to make gok.
No. Like hash baby.
Hasbrat, gok. We could use gummy worms.
That's even worse. You ever put like gummy worms in barbecue sauce? No.
Oh God! What?
Gok is a traditional Klingon dish, which it's basically live worms.
Yeah, it is. No.
I think if you're gonna do Star Trek cooking, then this is a thing that you guys need. Oh, why is
a
the image not
replicator?
loading?
Yeah. Yes. That way, if something comes out tasting like complete shit, we can just put it back in.
Where is it? Damn it! Why is it not loading?
God, you thought gummy worms was the problem with that recipe? Like, here, gummy worms, they'll be better. Oh my goodness.
I wasn't thinking of adding barbecue sauce to that. That was Josh adding that.
Oh God, Neelix's cookbook. No.
The only thing better would be Tuvix's cookbook.
Well, that would just be a ton of stuff that doesn't go together. Like
no, remember Tuvix actually
gummy worms and barbecue sauce.
But Tuvix actually cooked better. Remember, like everybody liked his cooking even more than Neelix's.
That's like saying everyone didn't like garbage. They liked something that was just left out of the fridge for too long.
But Neelix cooked Wells, and Tuvix cooked better.
Yes, but
I argue Tuvix is the greatest character in all of Star Trek.
You're wrong because Doctor is the best one.
I'm just now starting this argument, by the way. This is not a deeply held belief.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually believes that. Oh, I like this one better. Star Trek cocktails.
There you go. If you combine the both, you got Vulcan and
you
shit.
Just have to
recipes.
throw back like 5 of the Star Trek cocktails, and then you
start
can
eating
the food. Yeah.
We need to throw these in the chat so people can see them.
We'll post. We'll make a post on the website.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
But yeah,
There's a whole thing with Neelix. Don't want to hurt people.
I'm gonna end our conversation. We'll be
Can't
back
get
next
past.
week with episode 4. I don't think we have a title yet.
No, I don't think so.
Let me see. Lower Decks season 2 episode 4. No, we don't have a title for episode 4 yet. I'm sure we'll probably get it in a couple of days though. So we'll be back with that on Wednesday night at 11:40. Thursday morning for Mark here. Tuesday episode 4 or Tuesday night 11:40 episode 4 of What If. Do we know what that one is yet?
Nope.
No.
I
The
guess
the Avengers get reassembled.
Literally, they're just being put back together.
they're like Lego.
Atomized, like Legos. That's what it is. It's a Lego What If.
It's just Nick Fury building Legos. I will have my I will make my team.
That's like the perfect name for an Avengers Lego set. Is Avengers Reassembled or a puzzle? It'd be great.
Amazing.
This Saturday, we have our next batch of episodes for the Retro Ranger wrap up. We are talking about Power Rangers Time Force, which for the most part I'm actually enjoying. Mark, you're really the only other Power Rangers person here. Is that I know consensus is split on that. Like Joe hates it, Corey hates it, Blackwing loves it. I'm only 11 episodes in, so I can't say one way or the other yet.
Hold on.
Season.
You're 11 episodes in and you can't decide whether you like it or not?
There's 40 episodes in the show, and they're only 22 minutes each.
That's still a lot. We're like a quarter of the way through.
I'm kind of on Caitlin's side here.
It's hard to judge when you only have like 5 minutes of story per episode.
So, I mean, is that a normal thing though? Like, I remember back in the day, Power Rangers was like Shakespearean.
I think you're remembering it incorrectly.
You are thinking about either VR Troopers or Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Big Bad VR Troopers. That's what I was thinking.
That's it's really about average, because like the average Power Rangers episode is like half the episode is reused footage from the Sentai counterpart. The fight itself usually takes like 7 or 8 minutes. Then there's like a bunch of random VO and ha 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 type stuff. And
I'm glad. So you're the one who does the voiceover for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single one.
All of that, including the Girl Rangers.
Yes.
Right. Every time I hear you say Sentai, I'm just waiting for you to mess that word up.
Oh.
No.
The spiciest of things.
No. Let's see. Sunday. What do we got Sunday? Sunday we got the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order. And I think that covers all of our shows. Make sure to follow us on social medias, on the web at theilluminary.com. I know we've got a bunch of articles that went up about the Spider-Man trailer, which just got released.
Fantastic. Oh, I loved it.
And our exclusive from JB Smoove.
Yeah, and JB Smoove kind of ruining the whole movie right there on the red carpet.
Oh, shoot.
What happened? What?
I'm not watching that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't ruin the movie. He just...
He talked about things that have been out there already.
Yeah. We asked him some questions, and he answered them, basically confirming a bunch of rumors that people have been spreading around.
Okay.
We're all very nervous that the Marvel snipers are going to go after him.
Yeah. It's
the Marvel
very much a
snipers?
Tom Holland situation there. New stuff. I don't think there's anything new popping up for a while. We don't know when the next Star Wars show is going to start.
I'm guessing December.
Yeah, that's
which one is it?
Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, right.
Or Visions. Or is Visions next?
Oh, yeah, Visions is in September. That's like a day, though.
Okay. Yeah, so we got Visions, and then the Book of Boba Fett, and then Mandalorian Season 3, and then, whatever else. So, yeah. Again, make sure to follow us everywhere. Our social media handles are down below us. For Caitlin, Mark, and myself, those are all Twitter.
Huzzah.
For Jamie, that is his Instagram. And
I don't do Twitter because nobody cares what I have to say, and I don't care about what I have to say either.
So you take pretty
Good.
pictures?
Good to know.
No,
Good
not
to know.
really.
So
Not
I
really.
guess we will see you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.